I guess I'm gonna start just going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I'm trying to think of the timeline that this took. I think I had everything starting to go August of 2021, because I think that's when I started reaching out to all of the voice actors, because I believe I had the scripts done. We were ready to go, and then I was just going through Twitter trying to find voice actors. I had some people recommended to me, and then here we are. So I started in August, and then I think I took all of November off, because, well, technically not off. I got to part 8 on Patreon, and then had to pause for a month, because I had to get the ballroom setting ready, which took me an entire month. And then December.
It looks really good, though.
Thanks. I can't really take too much credit for it. That was like a bunch of 3D models that I bought offline, and had to like fix and edit and change around to fit what I wanted. And then, yeah, from December to February, that was the second half, which was the actual reunion part. So here we are. What is that, 8 months? I guess that's, wow. Okay. All right. So let's just get going here. I'm just gonna start playing, and I guess I'm gonna pause to talk.
Marinette, I'd like to introduce...
Luca?
Can't stop laughing at that face, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
I don't like this.
You just became friends with her 5 minutes ago and you're already jealous?
It's not that. I just can't do more people. 4 is a good number. A manageable number. 5 just seems like a lot.
Okay. I don't know how many times I had to recount on my own hands how many people she was talking about, because I kept including Allegra in that number, and I was like, no, she's not talking about herself. So that was a moment of, yeah.
You don't have to worry. Luca's not working here. We hired him to help sound design the next show. But he's a great guy. And Marinette apparently went to school with him.
Oh, okay. That's acceptable then.
If they went to school together, doesn't that mean Felix did too?
This is crazy, though. I can't believe you're working at your dream company already, and you're not even out of university yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the position I'm going for, but I guess I'm here. I didn't realize you were back. How'd it go in New York?
Okay, so I need to talk about this for a second. In case you weren't aware, because I don't know if I've talked about this outside of Patreon, but the timeline for what we've seen so far between arcs 1 and 5 is like the entire summer of Marinette's, I guess she's going into her final year of university, so her senior year. Luca is a year older than her, and right after they graduated, well, he graduated high school, he went off to study abroad in New York. So they haven't seen each other for like, what is that? I guess 4 years now, three or 4 years, I guess. So it's a little timeline there for you.
It was amazing. I learned so much. I'm honestly thinking of moving there eventually.
Wow, really? That's great. It must be nice having the freedom to move wherever you want.
And what about you? Freed up at all nowadays?
Oh, you know me, busy as ever. You know Felix works here too? That's his office.
Huh. Felix Agreste? How's that going?
What do you mean? It's fine. Totally fine. Well, better than fine. We actually get along now. Can you believe it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ty, I just have to say, I love when you said the uh-huh. I think your delivery was incredible. It's so great. Oh, man.
Such a small world that the four of us are all here, right, Alya? I wonder if this is fate at work. Well, whatever this is, it seems like things are about to get very interesting.
Very interesting. Okay, that was another thing. I was debating whether I should leave the the opening alone or not, and last minute I was like, you know what? I'm gonna choose violence today, and I decided to swap out the Felix and Marinette at reception with the Luca and Marinette at reception.
That's strange. And I don't remember seeing him before leaving yesterday.
Yeah, it would be nice to say hi after all this time. Especially since I'm technically working for him now.
I wonder where he could be.
No, Mrs. Zare, I'm not hiding from anyone. I just like a change of scenery when I'm working sometimes. There's no deeper meaning to it, so you can rest assured all is fine.
Okay. So the song that Claude hums here is apparently a song by Lily Pichu. I think it's something about it has coffee in the title. And the way that we got this song is because all I put in the script for Switch was Claude hums a song here. And I don't know, for some reason, whenever I give Switch a script, there's always at least one part where I'm like, I don't know what you can do here, but I need Claude to do this. And then he just delivers, and it's incredible because he gave me 3 different, songs that Claude sings here. I chose this one because it was, the tamest of them all. But one of them, he made up, a whole song about coffee and was just singing it, and I was so blown away. It was incredible. One day I will release it. I have plans for it, I do. But just know that that's in existence.
Oh, God.
Hey, Felix, what are you doing in here?
Working.
Whoa, really? I never thought to do that. You know, we could get a sheet to cover the table and make a work for it out of it. I'll let everyone know. If we squeeze, I bet we can fit.
No, wait, Fine, I'm hiding, okay?
I love
Hiding?
writing
From what?
these two.
I'm
And how
not
they
ready
interact
to face what's out
with
there
each
just yet.
What's out where?
They have
Did I
a
miss
very, opposite dynamic.
Yeah, that's why it's so much fun. Oh gosh, I went too far. What happened? Yeah, it's always a joy. And I love how upbeat Switch is and how, dead inside you sound Berlinus. I know that probably doesn't sound good, but,
I mean, it was intentional, so
Yeah,
I'll take it as a compliment.
yeah, I love it. He's so, deadbeat, and it's incredible.
Fine, I'm hiding, okay?
Hiding? From what?
I'm not ready to face what's out there just yet.
What's out where? Did I miss something?
Oh, the gigantic
it's just-
mug. Ever since the whole, polyester mug thing that Switch came up with,
Rod's a gallon guy.
yeah, he's a gallon guy, so, gallon mug. Do they exist? Definitely. Would he have 1 million of them? Yeah, we see them on his desk at, in the last scene.
I can't face Mr. Cofain.
Uh-huh, got it. I'm on it.
On what? There's nothing to be on. Mr. Lemue, what are
Claude, again? I thought...
I love how quickly he sends that text and she just doesn't I don't even think she looks at her phone. Like, obviously she has to look at her phone, but she gets here so quickly. I know her desk is right there, but it's just like, great. He set...
Clegg's sense.
Yeah, exactly. He set the microwave on fire again.
I told you to take the tinfoil off before... Wait, what is this?
Here's the fire. Felix can't face Marinette's friend out there and needs support. Stat.
All right. What's the issue?
There's nothing, really. Why is this happening?
Look, if you're jealous that Blueberry is butting into your Marinette territory, I get it. I'm with you. But you've dragged your feet long enough. If you're in love with her, just go tell her already.
What?
Okay. The noise that Switch made here, it sends me into space because I don't know how he makes that noise, and every time I hear it, I die. Like, it's so funny. I can't. Okay, I'm good.
Claude, stop microwaving tinfoil. Wait, there's no fire?
False alarm.
Why are you all in here? Oh, Felix, this is where you've been.
Yes, just,
Having our daily Elite Friends for Life Club meeting, of course.
You've never done this before.
Daily starting today for the rest of time. Exactly. Yes. What's going on with you?
Luca and I are going to go get breakfast from downstairs. Does anyone want anything?
Nah.
No,
Thanks.
no, thank you.
Hey, Felix. I look forward to working with you.
So, for those who aren't on my Patreon, there was an entire stream that I did about piercings and tattoos for all of these new characters that have arrived. And if you notice here, we have Luca's incredibly cheesy music note, or what is that? A clef? What clef is that? I don't remember. That's not a bass clef. It's
Treble
whatever
clef.
the other clef is.
The treble clef.
Treble clef. Thank you.
A trouble clef.
On his arm, and I just was like, I feel like he would definitely have some, but since we can't see the rest of his body, we can't see the rest of his tattoos, but he definitely has more than just that one, I can confirm. But I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Yes, same here.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay, what is this really about?
Well, first off, I would love for Allegra to kindly explain the bomb she just dropped on us a moment ago, if you would.
What is there to explain? Has it not been completely obvious?
What's obvious?
Felix is in love with Marinette.
Oh, yeah.
Alan! Bud! You knew too?
Fun fact about that line, I also asked Switch to do a 2 Alan. But I ended up going with this instead. I have it, but that also exists.
I'm
Can I
surprised
just
you
say
of
that
all people.
everyone in the cast has like such pleasing voices to listen to?
Yeah, right? Oh,
That it's
The
like,
entire cast is excellent.
like it
Top
and I
tier.
think it's just the fact that, you know, the being like the documentary type like The Office is how it's not very noisy other than the voices. It kind of has like this almost like ASMR feeling to it to me.
Yeah, sometimes I get like a little nervous because there really isn't any background noise at all. Sometimes I'll throw in like a phone ringing to kind of I don't know, like offbeat that, but yeah, everyone's voices have been incredible, and I am so happy with everyone that I've worked with on this. And I think you're right, because since there isn't any like background music, and it's not like super overacted because it's supposed to be more realistic, it is pleasing. Like, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Didn't notice.
This is absurd. What are you talking about? I'm not. I mean, yes, she's great and reliable and smart and funny but I'm not in love with her.
Oh my god. Merlinus, when you delivered this line, I screamed. I stood up from my chair when I was listening to the audio you gave me, and I screamed my lungs out because the way that you start, like, at 100, like, definitely not, and then you just, like, slowly and softly just fall into, like, wow, she's incredible. And then, like, I don't know, the whole thing is just so good. It's so good. Okay, I'm gushing.
Thank you.
That's absurd. Why are you looking at me like that?
Why wouldn't you tell me? I'm your best friend. You've always been able to rely on me. Remember when we shared a moment on the beach at sunset and we exchanged childhood stories and...
What? We're not that close, and that never happened.
I'm sorry. This part makes me laugh so hard. I love it so much. Okay, fun fact about that part. Switch gave me a bunch of different takes for the part, like the whole thing. He pretty much did the whole thing. And the part at the end where he like just devolves into noises, he gave me a bunch of different noises for that, and it was so good. And like Felix's rage at the end is incredible. And just so you all know, if you weren't aware, that scene was inspired by Jujutsu Kaisen. If you haven't seen it, you probably wouldn't understand what it is. Even if you have seen it, maybe, I don't know. But there's this whole like fantasy scene that happens between two characters, and one character is like fantasizing this entire like backstory between the two of them that never happened. So like that's where this is coming from. Yeah.
Don't speak. There's no need for words. I know what I have to do. I'll be your wingman, bro. I got your back.
No, stop, please. There's no need for any of this. I don't need help because there's nothing to help, so just drop it already.
Fine. We'll go along with this for now. But what's up with you and, Bluegrass?
If you mean Mr. Cofane, we have history.
I'm sorry to everyone who thought I was talking about a different type of history. I didn't mean for people to think that they were dating, but I got yelled at a lot. Also, I had a great time trying to come up with different nicknames for Allegra to call Luca. I wish I could have done more, but alas, we only have, I think, like 4 or 5. I don't remember.
Back in school, I had lost my mother when I was 16. I completely shut everyone out. Not that I was very close with anyone to begin with, but I had a slight camaraderie with my class before then. Anyway, Miss Dupont Chang organized a surprise birthday party for me, and I lost it. I don't even remember what I said. I was in such a blind rage. They didn't understand how dark of a place I was in, and they wanted to celebrate. It all seemed so twisted to me at the time. Mr. Cofane was there as well, and we ended up getting into a fight. It didn't end well. I know I acted wrongly, but we haven't spoken since, so it's awkward.
Can I just give a round of applause? Can we all just give a round of applause to Merlinus for this? It was so good.
Oh god.
It was so deep and like well-paced and genuine. At least I think it was. It was great. And writing that whole part, like, once I figured out the whole backstory for what happened between all of them, that part kind of just flowed out and was so easy to write. I don't know why, but it just was. I don't remember having a hard time writing that part. But great job. Love it.
Thank you.
Well, maybe things are better now. You don't seem to be that person anymore, right?
No, I'm well past that now.
Then you just have to clear the air. I'm sure it'll work out.
That can't be it. There must be another layer to it. Oh, I see. Marinette must have had feelings for Blue Man Group at some point.
Oh.
They used to date back in school.
Are you some kind of fortune teller or something?
It's called observation. So, ignoring what you said earlier, and assuming you do have feelings for Marinette, you see her ex-Blue Jay as a roadblock or something?
She looked so happy to see him.
Felix, you make me so mad. I know I wrote you like this, but you made... Ugh. Okay.
I may have missed a lot here, but even I notice how happy Marinette is when she looks at Felix. How can he not see that?
Miss Baudelaire, please. Ow!
Allegra, calm down.
Allegra!
No! I just went through a journey of self-worth, and now it's this idiot's turn.
Are we interrupting something?
Okay. This was one of my favorite frames that I drew for the entire series. It's so chaotic, and I love it so much. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
All good here.
Okay then. Anyway, as I was saying, since you're here now, do you want to attend the reunion? I know you're not technically from our grade, but everyone would love to see you.
Sure. That sounds really nice.
Reunion? For your class or something?
Yeah, we get together every year so we can all stay in touch. Would you like to attend this year?
Okay, so when I was like, I need to have a reunion arc. I need to bring in all these canon characters. This is like a big climax for the series. I was like, yeah, but Marinette is still in university, and most of her other, like, former classmates are still in university, so why are they having a reunion when typically you don't have a reunion for high school until, like, 10 years? So I had to kind of figure out what do I do? So the class itself is pretty close in canon, so I thought the idea of having like a yearly reunion wasn't too far of a stretch. So here we are.
I wouldn't miss it.
Well, I've got to get down to the studio to start working. I'll see you around, though?
Yeah, of course, I'll send you the details.
This reunion sounds pretty cool. Do you have a venue yet?
We usually just go to a restaurant, nothing fancy.
What if you use the company's ballroom? Everyone could be fitted in Gabriel brand attire. It would be a really good PR event for the company, too.
You mean, like, organize a ball? Would that be something we could actually do?
So, fun fact, they definitely just did this. Like, Gabe isn't even in the picture right now. Like, he's just off doing something else and hasn't been heard from. Except for Natalie, who knows where he is at all times, but, like, they just do this.
Sure. We don't have any big events going on in the next couple of months, so that space isn't being used right now.
We could put together a whole marketing package with this. We'll need video, pictures, interviews, profiles, maybe even a full website and lookbook.
This sounds amazing! I'll message everyone and see what they think. I doubt anyone will say no.
Wow, it sounds like you're gonna need some professionals. And my schedule is always open.
Oh no, wait, I have to go back to that frame. I want it, I can't. I love that the camera's upside down. I did that purposefully because I was like, Claude literally doesn't know what he's doing, but he'll do anything to be involved in something, and...
Upside down camera sends me.
Yes.
Schedule is always open.
It's not even 9:30 and I'm already exhausted.
Same, Felix.
This will be my first fully run project here. So yeah, I'm going to make it big. And help Felix along the way.
Can I just say, really quick, that Allegra's hair in this arc is my favorite that I've ever styled her hair. And I don't know how I'm going to top this in any of the next arcs.
2. Okay, so we have this available in the warehouse.
Oh.
This is the space we're working with, and these are the colors I'm thinking.
This is a bad dream, right? Please tell me I'll wake up soon.
Come on, it's gonna be fun.
Easy for you to say. You're not going to walk into a room full of people who have hated you for years.
You can't think like that. Maybe it's all water under the bridge now.
Yeah, water under the bridge, okay.
Okay, so, Merlinus, when I gave you this script, I think I just put, like, mumbling for this part, and then you just did the whole line, and I was like, I love this so much.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Relax. Just think of how gorgeous Marinette's gonna look in a ball gown. That would be the perfect time for you to confess.
Confess what? There will be no confessing of any kind. I won't get in the way of her potential happiness, or ruin what we currently have. Besides, I'm her boss. It would be a conflict of interest.
Bro, come on. Do you see the way this company is run? I think you're covered on that end.
So, besides that being a very valid point from Claude, if anyone here has actually watched The Office before, there have been, like, relationships like this where the boss will date somebody under them, that happens, like, a bunch of times throughout the show, and Michael calls it a love document that they have to sign, which is just, like, disclosing their relationship to the company so that if anything, like, fishy happened later on, they'll be like, well, we have terms to fire you for because clearly you're playing favorite since you're dating this person. So, I don't know how it is in France. I haven't actually looked into it, but Claude's point of how what happened in the last arc with Allegra and how she was an intern for 3 years or whatever it was. Clearly they're not paying attention to anything that's going on in this company.
Isn't this exciting? Everyone's on board for it too. This is such a good idea. And I'm really happy you'll be joining us this year, Felix. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes. Me too.
This is going to be like a fairy tale. I can't wait. Less than 2 weeks to prepare. I'll have to get started on my dress right away. Oh yeah, let's skip out early and look at what they have available.
Marinette is so cute in this arc. She is always cute, but Kaya, whenever she gets into like that really excited mode, it always comes out so great and so naturally. It astounds me. She sounds amazing. It's incredible.
It's gonna be okay, man. Just breathe.
What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to act? I've never felt like this before. I've never cared before. What if they kick me out?
Whoa, calm down. It's all gonna be alright, I promise.
Don't make promises that you can't keep.
Okay, you should look at Felix's hair because it'll never look like this again. I don't know what happened. I think as I was working on it, there were so many like weeks between this point and I did this part and then I took the month to get ready for the ballroom scenes and then started back up in December. So there was a whole month where I wasn't drawing these characters, and I'm really bad with doing any sort of production art. I just kind of go for it. At least for this one, I did make a whole like character model sheet with all of their outfits. But Felix's hair will get increasingly more flipped out as this like arc goes on. So just pay attention to that. And I think it actually is fitting because as the arc goes on, he's getting more and more like disheveled kind of, or like freaking out. So I think it works even though it's sort of a mistake.
What do you think? I ended up having to heavily alter another dress instead of starting from scratch, but I think it worked out.
I don't want to hear it. You're absolutely breathtaking.
So cool.
Yeah, super gorgeous.
Yes, Miss Duponcheng. You look radiant.
Ask her to go with you already.
Shall we head down together?
Yes.
Their outfits I want to talk about for a quick second. So I had a whole thing in mind for their color schemes. Marinette is known for pink, so that's why her whole like dress is pretty much it's her. But I gave Felix the purple like shirt, whatever that is, because he's still like attached to his father, and also purple is like, I don't know, it looks nice on him. But then I took that purple and put it on Marinette's eyeshadow. If you can see it, if I can actually get to an actual frame of it, it's above her because since purple is kind of significant for Hawkmoth, her eyes are just like zoned in on that. So she's just always looking to get Hawkmoth, so she can't see past that. But it also symbolizes that she is looking at Felix too, so there's kind of like that going on. And then the whole thing with the white on Felix, I kind of see that as like pureness and innocence almost. Like his feelings are like true for Marinette. And then on the flip side, I have Luca, where he has the black shirt, which kind of, to me, symbolizes his feelings for Marinette have died, if you want to like say it like that. They're past that. So I thought about this for a hot minute. Okay. Background characters. Let's go. Alright, so everyone and their mother has been commenting on the YouTube page about these two over in the left corner here, which is clearly Bakugo and Uraraka from My Hero Academia, but in their fantasy outfits.
I was more drawn to the Spike Spiegel sitting at the table.
Yes, that is Spike all the way on the right side. Behind him, a little further up, that's Merlinus, Kaya, and Switch. Did you not know that I drew you there?
I didn't know.
Oh, there you are. We got Alan at the bar. This character with the blonde hair and like the red or pink streak is supposed to be, Zoe, I think that's her name. I don't know. I was looking for background characters to put in and I threw her in there because I wasn't going to have her in the actual like episode. The guy at the DJ booth is, I think his name is Sebastian. He's like the waiter from that one piece of Quantic Kids art with Marinette, Felix, Alan, Allegra, and Claude. And then over in the middle, the blonde with the pigtails is, why can't I remember her name? She's from Stormy Weather, whatever that character is. And then the table right below them, a little to the left, the guy with the black hair, is actually Kyoya from Orin. And then the table all the way at the bottom are my 4 original characters from my comic. So that's everybody in the background here.
You have no business wearing something so gorgeous. I bet you designed it yourself. Well, why didn't you design mine? This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
Okay. Katie did such an amazing job on Chloe. I was freaking out when I got the audio for Chloe. And also, the line where she says ridiculous, utterly ridiculous, I almost didn't put in the script. I was thinking maybe I don't want to be like that. I don't know, I kind of wanted to separate myself from canon, but then I thought, no, she kind of has to say it. That's her signature line, she has to. So that almost didn't make it into this.
Hello to you too, Chloe. And what are you talking about? Your dress is beautiful.
I know, right? It looks perfect on me. Wow, look who decided to show up. It's about time you came to one of these, Faye.
What do you mean?
Oh, please. Everyone's been wondering where you've been since we graduated.
But I thought the day I was terrible. How?
Nope, there will be no pity party tonight. We were all stupid kids back then, so just get over it already.
Oh, by the way, this is like my favorite Chloe drawing ever that I've ever done. Okay.
We know whose fault that all really was anyway, and they are certainly not invited. Oh, Sabrina, what are you wearing? Let me see.
Please stop shouting.
Were you worried about something?
To be honest, I was. That day has been weighing on me for a while now.
Yeah, that wasn't the best of times. But I think everything's okay now. I told them all how much you've changed.
What did she mean by whose fault it really was, though?
Well,
Marinette!
wow.
Oh man. Okay. I loved designing these outfits. I found a picture online of a couple that was wearing like almost, not the hat, not Nino's hat and stuff, but pretty much these outfits. And I fell in love with them. So that's where these came from. Some like picture that I found on Google. I really wanted to kind of like couple off all of the couples through their color designs for their outfits. So you'll notice that like any of the canon couples, I guess you would call them canon couples, I don't even know, canon implied couples, all have matching outfits.
Well, you two look stunning.
Thanks. Seriously, this whole thing is so sweet and everyone looks amazing. Aggressed.
Césaire.
Hey, Felix. It's been a while. I can't believe Aya's documenting your family's company.
Oh man. All of the voice actors are insane and so good. Like, Lou and Zachary are both so good as these two. I can't even... I'm just like amazed that I found the talent that I found. I'm so thrilled with the work that everyone put into this. Incredible.
Yes, neither can I. It's an odd experience.
What? You're not used to a whole camera crew following you around all day yet?
I think the interviews are the weirdest part.
You think that's weird? I captured Ladybug and Cat Noir breaking in one night after hours. There's seriously something interesting going on at this place.
Dude, it's so fishy. The whole timing, and these two work there too. This can't be just a regular old documentary.
So I know that there's been some hello, I can speak. There's been some confusion about who actually works with Alia, and I don't really know where it came from, but people just assumed that Nino was the cameraman, which kind of completely goes against his entire, like, character, because he's all into music and stuff. So I'm not sure where that came from, but Alia is working with a whole unnamed crew, because it's not just her. You have a camera person, you have multiple camera people, actually. You have sound people, you have lighting people if that's necessary. It's like more than just Alia. She's directing it though, so she's really not behind the camera ever. She's, like operating the camera. She's, behind the camera kind of giving direction and stuff and conducting the interviews. But yeah, we won't be seeing who's on her crew because it's no one from a canon. It wouldn't really make sense for anybody that we know from canon to be part of the crew I mean, like, the main canon, because none of them really, I don't think any of them were really into film, except for Alia, so I could be wrong, but yeah. The crew is faceless and nameless.
That's what I've been thinking too.
Let's go get us all some drinks.
Sure.
You really are right. There is something going on here.
What do you know?
Not much, but rest assured, I haven't sent your father everything. I know he's my employer, but I don't trust him.
So with that line, I just need to clarify that everything that we are seeing is the uncut, unedited version that Alia has saved and edited a version for herself. What she sends to Gabe is nowhere near what we've seen so far. And that's going to come into play kind of near the end of the series. It's very important to understand that, and it's going to be kind of like talked about later on, but just giving you all a heads up on that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, I would really appreciate it if you'd make a move already.
Huh?
I see all, man. You can't hide anything from my crew. You better hurry or she'll be gone. I've never really gotten along with Felix before, but I can see he's changed, and he really cares about my friend. So I'm gonna need him to step up for once.
Can you imagine what Alia and Felix were like back in high school? They definitely butted heads so much, like there's no way the two of them were ever friends. I think the only reason Alia ever tolerated the guy is because Marinette had a crush on him at some point.
Wow, Marinette was right. These things are weird.
So, how's it going with Felix?
Things are actually going great, if you could believe it. A bit of a rough start, but he really seems to have turned around, you know? We actually make a pretty good team.
Uh-huh. And when should I expect to save the date?
Well, what are you talking about? We're not dating or anything.
I know, I'm just teasing. You did have a huge crush on the guy back then, though.
Okay, so I was wrestling with the backstory for the whole series, actually, at this point. Because I really wanted it to be an enemies to lovers kind of trope. And I just couldn't bring myself to make them enemies since high school, because I needed this kind of like, this push for Felix to realize, oh, I think I actually have a chance kind of thing. So I ended up going back to Marinette originally having a crush on Felix. Definitely not how crazy stalker she is in the PV or in canon, but she definitely had a big crush, and as they say, she wasn't subtle about it at all. But then the whole fight happens and everything, and then that's when like the enemies kind of starts. And then we see from arcs like 1 to, what is it, 3 or 2? I don't remember. Whatever. The enemy arc is which one? I don't know. 2? 3? 2. I don't know. But yeah.
That was a long time ago. Feelings change and, well, it wouldn't work out anyway.
Okay, dude, come on. Don't get all dramatic on me. I won't push it, but I see the way he looks at you. And you're not very good at hiding it either.
I thought the delivery of that line was so good. Like, it's so natural. It comes out so smoothly. It's so great. And it just leaves, like, such a huge impression on Marinette. It's great. I love it.
Hiding what?
It's great to see you again, Felix.
Okay, I have to do shoutouts for all of these characters. Okay, where am I going? Let's start. Okay, so Julika is... Actually, both Milen and Julika are played by It's Not Mika, which is incredible because the range is so like different. And then we've got Rose here, is Bae Doxy, and Bae also plays Sabrina, which is also incredible. I don't know how you voice actors do it, how you can like change your voice so much. It blows me away every time. Alex is Words of Fate VA. Kim is played by Jaron Beckett. Ivan is Tavares, who is also Null, and Max, which is amazing. Actually, Null, I see you're in the chat. Are you muted?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
hey,
here.
hi.
Hey.
Welcome. Yeah, I can't believe the range that you have between Ivan and Max. That's incredible.
Oh, thank you. I was just like, I was a little bit nervous, like taking the role. I was just like, I know, like, Slick recommended me, so I was just like, I was hoping that I did a really good job on it, and I'm just so happy that it came out the way that it did.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, I can't believe that those characters sound so vastly different. And you did such a good job. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Lex? Yeah, where the hell have you been?
Dude, this place is dope. So, you work for your father now? Very cool.
Well,
It is a lovely venue, and the decorations are so pretty.
Yeah, just like you.
Oh, stop it.
It was really nice of your father to let us do this, and to lend us all these outfits.
He didn't...
That's all well and good, but I'd still like to know why Felix just ditched us all these years.
Okay. So writing Alex was just as fun as writing Allegra. I love writing female characters who are ready to just kick ass at any moment. Like, I feel attached to that because I think that's kind of how I am in real life. So I really enjoy writing characters like that. I had a lot of fun writing Alex.
Hey everyone, settle down. This must be a lot for him, so let's cool it, okay? Felix, we're all glad that you're here.
I am too. And to see you all again. I'm truly sorry for what happened back then.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I guess.
Here, Felix. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Marinette.
Hey, Marinette.
Hey.
Hi, Marinette.
I hope all of your outfits are all right. If there are any fitting problems, though, there are a couple of designers on hand to help out. Make sure to go to the photo booth and get an interview done before it ends, okay? I'm going to let everyone else know.
Man, if I had the time, if I had the plans for it, I would love to do a whole, like, mini episode of whatever came out from this arc. If you know what I mean, like, the actual interviews and, like, the photos and just the B-roll that was happening during this, but that's a lot of work and cannot guarantee that that'll ever be happening, but that would be kind of cool. Also, this frame is great. Everyone has, like, those duck mouth faces because I don't know how else to draw people being like, I know what's going on here, bro. You can't hide anything from us.
What?
This is your last chance, buddy. And if you hurt her again, I'll personally see to it that no one finds your corpse.
Okay, so that line was inspired by Clueless. I was almost going to write the exact line that Cher's father says, where he's like, I got a 45 and a shovel. I doubt anyone would miss you. But I thought that was a little too much. Although she's saying that no one will find your corpse, so that's kind of a lot too. But we almost had a Clueless reference here.
All right, come on. Let's go dance off your aggression.
Yeah, I'm almost done setting it up. It looks amazing. It's gonna get funded so fast.
All right. I have to talk about this. Mark's hair. If you're a patron of mine and you went to any of the live streams while I was designing these characters, there was an entire debate over what Mark's hair should look like. I got things from, what's his name? His look is based off of David Bowie's From the Labyrinth, mixed with Sasuke's hair, because I had a whole poll set up for what his hair should be because I could not decide. It was even as big as, oh god, what's his name? Orpheus, there it is. Okay. It was, I don't know if you've seen Hades, the game, but it was literally just Orpheus hair, and I was like, I can't do this. This is too big. This is too much. So then I made the smaller version of David Bowie, and then the Sasuke version, which was the tamest of them all. But then I kept looking at it, and I was like, this is just Sasuke. I can't do this. And yeah, there was a whole debate over that, which was insane. Also, shout out to Patrick Hurt, who does the voice for Mark here, and Melancholy for doing Nathaniel. They both did great jobs. I love these two.
I don't know about that.
Don't be modest. Your work is awesome. I agree with Mark. Let me know when the Kickstarter goes up. I'll be the first to buy your comic.
That's my job.
Okay. Second then.
Marinette!
Okay, can I just mention something which is so weird and so random, but like, I don't, when I ask for people to like shout a name, I don't know how you guys do it. I'm so bad at that. Maybe it's because I don't know what it is. Because when I did the whole part where like Allegra's like, now, like shouting when she's all over Felix, I really don't like how I delivered that line. Because
it's a really hard thing to get over when you're doing voiceover stuff, to like project your voice as if you're talking to someone who's really far away.
Yeah.
Even though you're just talking into a microphone that's right next to you.
Like, that's incredible that Luca just shouted Marinette's name, and I'm like, oh wow, I believe that he's across the room. That's incredible. Like, that was so cool. I don't know, it's something like small, but I don't know, it adds to it.
We'll see you later, Marinette.
See ya.
Luca, I'm glad you made it.
Me too. I would have met up with you sooner, but Chloe grabbed me immediately and had a lot to say.
Oh, do we have to go back and talk about the piercings and how many piercings Nathaniel has? Let's backtrack for a second. Okay. You won't be able to see all of them here because his hair is in front of it. We got that bar on the top of his ear. We've got the cuff. And then I think I have 2 studs on the bottom of his ear. He has his nose pierced. He has his lip pierced. He has his one eyebrow pierced. And then on the other side, he has the 2 rings on the top of his ear. So they wanted me to give him more. But I said no. And I resisted giving other characters more piercings because trying to track just Nathaniel's piercings was a nightmare. Thank you, patrons, for that. Thank you. Also, we got more Kachako in the background.
With you sooner, but Chloe grabbed me immediately and had a lot to say.
I'm surprised you were able to get away. Want anything?
How about a dance?
Oh yeah, Luca was supposed to have a whole tattoo sleeve. But I'm like, there's no way I'm drawing that at all. Especially if I'm gonna give him short sleeves in the beginning of the arc.
That's rough, buddy.
Shout out to Zuko. I love you, man. Thank you for this line.
I give you a 37.6% chance, and it's steadily declining.
Bro, don't listen to them. You got this.
Don't let Blue's Clues get to you.
Whatever.
Okay, I think out of all the names that Allegra calls Luca,
That's pretty good.
Blue's Clues is my favorite one. I call him Blueberry on like a daily basis, just like myself. But Blue's Clues was like, my mind exploded. I was like, this is it. This is the perfect name for him.
Everyone just stop already.
All right, you two, shoot. That's it. Go away.
I don't want to hear it from you either.
I'm not like them. I don't want you to be with Marinette.
You don't.
Of course not. You certainly don't deserve her. No one does. She's a gem, a saint, really. She even helped me out, and I know I was a total mess. So no, I won't allow it.
It was really important for me to give Chloe her redemption, even though we don't see it at all, like, happen at all. I really needed, everyone besides Lila in the class to be, like, on good terms with each other. And I like Chloe to a certain extent. I don't exactly like what they've done with her in canon. To be fair, I'm not caught up on Miraculous, but I didn't like what they were doing with her, so I really thought that she needed some sort of redemption, and I think with that one line, we can see, okay, she got to her senses, they work together, they're friends, even though she's still harsh with how she speaks to people. I needed her to be better. And this whole interaction with how she uses the whole, like, reverse psychology against Felix, I'm really proud of, and I love how this whole scene came out.
It is selfish, isn't it? Who am I to come between them and their happiness?
Totally selfish. There is no way you could make her happy like that.
I know I don't deserve her, but she has seemed happy here too, with all of us. With me. Wait, what am I... Miss Bourgeois, I think you're wrong. Please excuse me.
Idiot.
Miss Dupont-Cheng, may I have a word with you?
Here. I need a break anyway. Why don't you two dance?
Okay, this, I don't know if anyone realized this, because I tried to edit the audio in a way where the song that they're dancing to was the first song that they started dancing to. It, like, the song doesn't change from the part where Luca asks Marinette to dance to this moment until, like, it switches to the slow dance song. So if you notice here, Marinette's face is like, bro, what? Because, like, they only danced to maybe half a song. And he's like, oh, I need to take a break. I gotta go. It's like, she's like, what are you doing? It wasn't...
Man, this is exhausting.
Yeah. God, I don't want to dance with you anymore. I gotta go.
You two dance.
Whoa, hello. Okay, this shot here is, besides the whole casino night kiss part, this is my favorite shot or thing that I've ever drawn for this series. It just speaks volumes of how far I've come as an artist. Because if you look at Arc 1, the style, I don't know. I've grown so much, and, like, I can see it, and I can't even look at Arc 1 anymore. But this, I'm super proud of, and I love this moment. I really, really tried to take my time with this section of the arc. There's a lot of points where there's no dialogue happening, and I know that most of these arcs is just straight dialogue throughout the whole thing, which can get kind of exhausting because it's a lot of information happening constantly. So this, I really wanted to try to slow down and not have any spoken dialogue, but have a lot of visual dialogue happening. So I think I pulled it off.
Such a great night, right?
Also, the background song for this, A lot of people have been asking where this song is, where to find it. I don't think you can publicly find it. If you go to premiumbeat.com and look up I'll Be There For You, I think the artist's name is Beza, Beza. It's in the credits for Arc 5, but this audio I had to purchase. I needed to purchase a license to use it, so I don't think you can actually stream it anywhere. But I highly recommend going to premiumbeat.com to listen to it, because the lyrics for it are so good for this entire situation, and I wish I could have had it clearer and more of it being played for you to hear. But I think the points that you do hear kind of already set the mood for what's going on.
Are you having a good time?
It certainly has been interesting.
Sorry, everyone is pretty excited.
There's nothing to apologize for. If this is the worst punishment I can receive after everything I did, then I'll gladly take it.
Okay, I also just want to say that animating them swaying back and forth was the most obnoxious thing to animate, because I had 2 camera angles, and every time if we were looking at Felix and he was moving to the right and then we swap to Marinette, I had to move her to the left to continue the same motion. You may not notice it because I tried to make it flow normally, but that actually took a stupid amount of time.
About that, I never got to answer you earlier. Chloe was talking about Lila.
Miss Rossi? What did she have to do with it?
She came to me about the idea of throwing you a party in the first place, told me it's what you really wanted. So I planned it and then, then she turned around like the liar she is and blamed all of us. You two spent a lot of time together after that.
I never knew. For the record, I didn't spend time with her. She was incredibly pushy and would always end up around me somehow. That must not have given you all the best impression, though.
Honestly, not really. I unfortunately didn't put things together until much later. I'm sorry it all turned into a mess.
Again, there's no need for you to apologize. I'm so sorry for everything.
Yeah, so Lila doesn't show up in this arc, but she's talked about a fair amount. So, Lila definitely was pretty much the same as in canon. She's the only one that I don't believe deserves, what's the word? A redemption arc. So she was still awful. The only thing is, everything that I have for this series is kind of moved up further. So they get their Miraculous later than canon. I think they get them either when they're late 16 or early 17 years old. Lila comes in to the school later on as well, and they don't realize that she's the way that she is until after this whole party fiasco happens. Which is why Marinette had trusted her and went through with planning this party for Felix and stuff, because she didn't know at the time. But once that whole thing ended and everybody else figured it out, then they all kind of were like, we can't trust her anymore. So instead of Marinette seeming like, oh, Lila's fine, you're crazy, Marinette, why are you saying such bad things about her? The whole class pretty much figured it out. It's just at that point Felix kind of had distanced himself from everybody, so there wasn't any I don't know, they didn't become friends again after that. Not that they were close friends, but he talks about that earlier, so.
We really have been apologizing for a lot lately, huh? Maybe we should just start fresh.
I would really like that.
Done. And since we're starting over, I'd like to compliment you on your dashing attire, sir, since I realized I haven't yet.
Why, thank you, milady. Even though it's not very different from my normal clothes, I appreciate it.
Yeah, what's up with that? Am I ever going to see you dressed down? Modeling outfits don't count.
Okay, so the flirting part of this, I needed to have some sort of transition from the serious talk to the, all right, we're gonna move into the whole scene when Jim and Pam are standing outside of the office and she's like berating him. She's flirting so hard with him. She's like, do you want me to take your money? 'Cause I can do that and stuff, whatever. And that's when Jim starts to like really break down. He's like, this is it. Like, I have to tell her now. So I needed to kind of build to that moment. So the whole mutual flirting thing had to happen. I threw in the milady part because I needed to have that connection to feel it, to Cat Noir. I needed to like, cause it's hard to kind of believe that Felix and Cat Noir are the same person, especially from what we've seen in PV. So I need to bridge their characters somehow. And I think that this little like moment where he slips up and like uses that word and starts like kind of becoming more suave is a nod to, hey, this is Cat Noir. I hope you realize that.
Oh, well, I've always worn these types of clothes. They make me feel put together and secure, I guess.
I think I get it. I hope that with all the changes happening, you'll feel comfortable enough to relax around us one day. We're all here for you. But if you walk in on Casual Friday in sweatpants, I think Claude would faint on the spot. I can't even imagine it. Gentleman Felix in sweats. I'd love to see it.
So this moment, this was the moment where he sums up the courage to confess to her. And this, like, the whole way that this conversation goes is obviously not identical to the Jim and Pam scene, but the flow of it is. So even though they're not saying the same things, it's like the same gist of what's going on.
Mr. Marinette, I'm in love with you.
Oh my god. Okay. Merlinus, the delivery of that line is so good. It breaks my heart every time I hear it. It's incredible. I love it. Okay.
What?
The timing of this isn't great. Well, it doesn't matter. I just really need you to know.
Well, I can't.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
So the part where Marinette says the I can't, that is the same way that Pam says it to Jim. I gave Kaya the clip and I was like, this is what we're doing for this part. I need it to sound and be paced pretty much the same way if you can do it. And oh man, Kaya delivered. Okay, so that line in the song where the artist sings, I won't leave you out to dry because I'm ready to do anything, that hit me so hard. I was like, this is the song. I have to use this song.
Hey.
Hi.
I can't find Marinette anywhere. Do you know where she is?
No.
That's a shame. I thought you two would be together by now.
Out of everyone, I didn't expect that to come from you.
Why? Because we used to date? Look, Marinette and I...
So, when we were watching this earlier today, And people were like, I thought that Luca meant that Felix and him were dating.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't even take it that way at all. I'm so sorry about that.
I love each other, but we learned very quickly how platonic that love was. So if my presence is what's holding you back, you have nothing to worry about.
Not that it matters anymore anyway. She said she can't.
So she's still on about that. I guess she still needs to work out her priorities.
Ty, I just need to say that your delivery of these lines is amazing because the pacing that you take, like you weren't afraid to be slower than like usual. And I think that really hits home.
I never get to do that.
Oh, really?
Either. Like I've so many of the things that I voice act in are very like, fast and animated. But I, being a big fan of The Office, I was just picturing, like one of those really powerful scenes, like Jim talking to Dwight in the stairwell.
Yes.
That whole scene, like I was 100% channeling like that kind of energy, which I like. Incredible. I've never gotten to do before, really.
Oh, that's so cool! I'm glad that you did it for this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was so good.
I was so worried though, because it's been a while since I recorded these lines, so getting to actually hear them back was like, oh, okay, good, it's good.
And you gave me so many options too.
I did, yeah. I did do it a few different ways.
Wow. Yeah. And I always love when I get like multiple takes to choose from, but then at some point it becomes so difficult for me to choose because they're all usually so good. And that was
right. I try not to send any that sound like exactly the same.
Yeah. No, they were all different. They were all really good, and I was having such a hard time.
I guess this is a good problem to have.
Besides realizing that we weren't romantically interested in each other, Marinette and I also broke up because she barely had any time for us. She would often skip out on plans last minute. She always felt so bad and didn't want to put me through that anymore. But I think the main reason that held her back was her feelings for you.
Feelings? For me?
Yeah. Even after what went down and convincing herself she was over you, I think some feelings still lingered. And I bet they're still there. But she won't admit it.
In school, How? When?
Pretty much from the moment she met you. I'm surprised you never noticed. She wasn't subtle about it at all.
So I actually had a really difficult time writing this interaction. I needed to pretty much do a bunch of backstory and not make it sound like I was doing a bunch of backstory. And I don't know, I feel like if I had more time to do, like, if I had an hour of runtime here, and if I didn't just want to get through this to get to the ending, I probably could have like paced it out better throughout the entire arc. But we get like a lot of information in this part, and I don't know if it's natural or if it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I could have probably written it a little better, but the fact that the nature of this whole series is a documentary, so we can't get flashbacks. There's no way that we'll ever get any flashbacks before Arc 1. I can't show, I have to tell during these parts, which kind of sucks, but there's really no other way around it, so
I think you did a good job, though. I think you did a good way of making it sound like simple.
Yeah.
And like not embellish too much for them to like reminisce or give that exposition in a way that someone would just kind of say it off the cuff.
Right.
Like I thought it flowed really well. I also like your take of that last line, because hearing this all in context, I know I had some takes of that sounded a little bit more like I was poking fun at him.
Oh.
Where it's like she wasn't subtle about it at all. Like I know I had some like kind of harsher sounding takes, and when I heard you did a more tame one, I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because the way that I give all of the voice actors their scripts is that I cut everything up so that each character, like, they're only really seeing what their character is doing, and I give other lines for context. And it's all in, like, a Word doc, so I have to try to give as much direction as possible in, like, a few words, for each line. So sometimes I have like a thought in my head and I'm like, oh, they'll understand what I mean here, but then maybe I won't write like a direction for it and I'm like, oh no, they didn't know what I meant. Oh no, like it's really hard when you're not like in a live studio kind of thing talking to somebody. So I mean it's worked out so far, but down the road that might have to change. But yeah, there's some like back and forth that has to happen afterwards if I didn't give enough direction for a line. So I'm trying to be better at explaining things.
I'm a fool.
It's never too late. Marinette is stubborn, but, well, I'll leave it to you to figure out.
Okay, that is the most loaded line in the entire series so far. I don't know if all of you understand what he's saying here, but like, Luca knows. He knows, guys. He knows that Marinette is Ladybug. And she doesn't know that he knows, but it's kind of obvious to anybody who's close enough to her, unless your name is Felix and you're just oblivious to the world. So, this is a very important line.
Thank you for being so kind to me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for everything.
It's cool, Felix. I hope it all works out in the end for you. For both of you.
Luca does not know that Felix is Cat Noir. He only knows that Marinette is Ladybug because he used to date her. So, like, he kind of figured it out after a while. And only Luca knows that she's Ladybug. Nobody else knows. Marinette has not told anybody else. It's just Luca, and she doesn't even know that Luca knows.
My ride's here. See you around.
Okay, can I just talk about this whole Kagami getup here? I was trying to be, like, subtle about it. But obviously I needed people to know that it was Kagami, so I used her whole, like, dragon outfit for the helmet and her, like, top. But yes, that is indeed Kagami. Let me see if I can get to it. There. Oh, no, go back. Go back. I'm gonna miss it again. Oh, there it is. Okay, there she is. As they ride off into the sunset that has already set. Okay, I'm going to talk about symbolism here, or metaphors, or I don't know what the word is for it, but when Felix undoes his, what is that? A cravat? I don't know what that thing is. It's symbolizing that he's getting out of his shell and he's gonna risk it all. He's gonna go all in, all the chips. It's time. He's out of his element because he was talking earlier about how these like stuffy clothes make him feel safe and secure, and now he's ready to shed his skin and go for it.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay, for anybody who doesn't understand this part, I know it happens really quickly. It's only this one frame, but Marinette is indeed talking to Tiki, which is why I have the little handbag there. So Tiki's like inside of that, and obviously since this is on camera, the Kwamis don't show up and you can't hear them either. They can't be recorded in any way, shape, or form. This is how Plag had his little scene in the beginning of... Which arc was that? I think that was the enemy arc, where they both come in really tired and Felix throws like the piece of cheese in the air and it gets caught. That's Plag. So here's Tiki's debut. And the whole part where she like fumbles for her phone is so that she throws Felix off of the whole thing, to make it seem like she was talking to her mom. So she wasn't actually talking to a human. She was talking to Tiki this whole time.
Well, yeah, but you know I can't date anyone right now. Not when we're so close. It's not an excuse. It's just how it has to be. Of course he makes me happy, but that doesn't matter right now. I need to stay focused and I gotta go. Mom, bye.
So, if you're familiar with this scene from The Office, the way that it's set up is Pam is actually sitting on Jim's desk, which would technically be where this, like, mannequin is, and she's on the phone. So I had to change that because there's really nowhere with this setup for that to work, because where the camera person is currently, they're in the break room, and there is a door in the back of the break room which has like emergency exit stairs. So the way that the camera crew came up undetected was from the break room, which is why neither of them know that they're being filmed here. And the setup for this entire shot was so labor intensive because I had to make sure that each piece that moves here from the zoom ins and zoom outs were separate and were big enough so that when I zoom in to Marinette here, she's like in high quality and not pixelated or anything. And then I had to set up a whole camera rig in After Effects to get this shot to look the way that it does. And I don't know how I pulled it off, but somehow I did, and here we are. And I just want to say, with the animation that you're about to see, the whole kiss, I spent a lot of time trying to get right. I had to look at the kiss scene multiple times to get the whole like beats down for it and and time it out and everything. And this shot has more frames in it compared to any other shot that I've done for this so far. So here it is.
Listen, Felix.
And then I thought it was really funny that at that point there was like this long pause of a black screen, and then the credits come and it's like, wait, no, that's it? Is that it? And then we have Mark, who speaks for all of us.
Hold on.
You want to
know our
favorite mugs?
What does this have to do with anything?
Is this a trick question or something? Are there different types of mugs?
Whatever the most awesome mug out there is, then that one.
One that gives you a 100% chance of drinking a substance in peak 4.
What are you two talking about? Why is this even a question?
Definitely the couple's mug Feline got on our anniversary.
Aw, Ivan.
My music note handle mug. Very on brand for me, I know.
This is really how you want to wield your interviewing power?
I've never thought this deeply about mug culture before.
Claude, I'm coming over there, and if you've asked them about mugs again, you're finished.
But it's an important question.
He's something else.
And that's it. So that whole bonus scene, that's kind of what I was thinking of. I know it's technically part 18 on Patreon, but it was kind of the bonus scene. I love the scene in the office where Michael says, I think he uses the word who when he should have used the word whom, and every single character in the conference room gets their own 2 cents in about it, and the entire scene, just from a single line from each character, just shows their entire character in one sentence. It's such smart writing. So I was channeling that as I was doing that last scene to kind of be like, these are the characters, here they are, this is how they react to this. So I'm just gonna let the end play here. But that was arc 5. Oh. Oh man. All right. Thank you. Woo! Yes. So I'll answer a couple questions if you guys want here to wrap this up. Whether you want to ask me questions, it seems Ty is still here. Null is also here. I think Merlinus dipped.
On the topic of the mug scene,
yeah,
that was the first scene I recorded. After reading the script, I was like, I kind of I was feeling this progression from the beginning to that big emotional moment with Luca and Felix, and then I read the coffee part or the mug part.
Yeah.
And was like, I cannot do this.
Oh my
God. Right after recording that other part, so I just went ahead and did it before anything else, and then just took it and edited it to the end of my file that I sent you.
That's incredible. Oh man, thank you for telling me that. That's hilarious. What program do I use to animate? So I draw everything in Clip Studio Paint EX, and then I export all of the drawings and bring everything into Adobe After Effects, and that's where I time out everything and do all the lip sync. And then I edit all of the audio in Adobe Audition. So those are the 3 programs that I use for this. All right, let's see. How did I make the ballroom background? So I had to go and purchase a few 3D models, and then put them together, and I used Blender for that. It's a 3D program. I highly recommend checking it out. It's so powerful. So what happened was I took all of the 3D models that I purchased and rearranged them, took out some stuff, and changed the color schemes and some of the textures in it. And then I set up all of the 3D cameras and took renders of all of that. I had a whole render system set up to make it not look super realistic, to try and match the hand-drawn backgrounds that I did. I'm still not super thrilled with how they came out, but that's what the blurring was for. I had to set up mist maps and stuff, and it's this whole compositing crap that I had to do for it. So that's why it took me an entire month to get that set up, because that was partially me teaching myself how to use Blender and then fixing and changing everything and rendering stuff out. Did Felix and Chloe grow up with each other? I don't think they have the same kind of relationship that Adrian and Chloe have in canon. They definitely, like, their families definitely know each other, but Felix himself is so standoffish that I don't think he really had any friends. And Chloe, I don't really imagine her being all over him in this series. So, I guess they could have grown up with each other, but I don't think they have the same kind of relationship that Adrian and Chloe has. Will the other Miraculous be used? I have plans, but I'm not going to divulge them at this time. What's my favorite mug? So I have a confession to make. I don't really drink things out of mugs. I own a really cool mug that's like a soup bowl mug that I like. And I also have a really cool Jujutsu Kaisen mug that somebody gave me. Ty, what's your favorite mug?
I have two. I have a mug that someone got me as a present one time that is a drawing of Nacho Libre, and it says, "Get that corn out of my face."
Nice.
I love that. And then this is really weird, but me and my friends when I was in high school, we made this really stupid YouTube video called Mr. Bruce's Half Cat. And it's like this fake infomercial that's literally buying half of a cat. It's really stupid. We came up, it was like something we just improvised and then edited together. And at one point, as a present again, my friend that I made that with designed a half cat mug. It's not like graphic or gory or anything. It just has a drawing of one half of a cat on one side of the mug and the other half of a cat on the other side of the mug. And I still have it today. It's like one of the main mugs that I use.
Oh, that's cool. Noel, if you're here, what's your favorite mug?
My favorite mug. No, that's a tough one. Honestly, I have to go with the rainbow mug.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do we have any voice actors here? I think it's just you two, right? I don't see anybody else here. Okay.
Might be.
Yeah. What's next? Will Felix wear sweatpants in the next arc? I have great plans for the next arc. Okay, here's what I can tell you about the next arc, because I don't want to spoil things. I'll just talk about the next arc and kind of the rest of the series. So we have gotten quite a lot of Feelinet interaction. That's pretty much the entire, whole first half of this series. We did get some, Lady Noir action in the second arc. So I can confirm that at some point in the second half of the series, we will see some interactions between the other two parts of the Love Square. So you can look forward to that. I have a whole storyline about where Felix moves to that we're going to see at some point. Gabe and Natalie will be returning later on. And the last thing I will divulge is in the next arc, we will be gaining at least 2 new characters that we have not seen in the series before. And that's all I have to say about that.
That was a lot of information.
That was a lot of information. Maybe I shouldn't have said all of that. Will Allegra and Claude be canon, or can you not spoil? I ship it. Will they become canon? We'll have to see. Which bear is best? Black bear. I don't remember how the rest of that interaction goes. Beats something Battlestar Galactica. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Fact. Bears eat beets.
Right.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Thank you. Let's see. Will the next arc be about Marinette and Felix navigating through a relationship? Okay. That I will not be answering because it will spoil the cliffhanger that we have here. So, that I won't be talking about. Let's see. Is Claude and Felix going to become best friends? They're already best friends. Felix may not think that they are, but they are.
They're best friends in the sense that Claude is the best friend that Felix has.
Exactly. So true. I don't drink tea or coffee. I'm sorry. I drink water. Everyone's yelling at me. Let's see, what do we got?
You can drink anything out of a mug, though.
You can. I actually was using my Jujutsu Kaisen mug for, like, hot chocolate a couple of times because I really wanted to use it because I really like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Actually, I have this mug that I got as a souvenir when I went to Colorado and I went to the Rocky Mountains.
Mm.
And it's like this, it's just this mug that says like Rocky Mountain National Park on it, but it's so huge that I never use it for drinks. I use it for when I want just a little bit of cereal. So I just pour cereal into this above average sized mug when I don't want a whole bowl of cereal.
Very nice, very smart thinking. That's like what my soup bowl mug is to me. I bought this thing at, oh man, where was I? Target or something? And it's huge. Like it's bigger than most mugs. And it's like a two-toned mug. And I just looked at it and I was like, I really like the look of this mug. I think I used it once for probably just hot chocolate.
Hey, that's valid.
But it's sitting in my cabinet. We have a lot of mugs in my house, but we don't use them, and I don't know why we have them. Oh, it's not Mika was here? I didn't see. Oh, man. Oh, wait, it's not Mika's here. Wait, Mika, you're here. Unmute yourself.
Hello?
Hi!
Hi, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing very good. I'm so sorry of my delayed arrival.
Oh, no.
I thought I would be free.
No, it's fine.
It was just a little iffy.
Yeah, this is great. So, what is your favorite mug? Since I'm asking everybody.
Favorite? What?
It's the real hot question at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I like the Starbucks collectible ones. I'm actually a mug collector myself in that sense. I have one from Singapore, Louisiana, Australia, Japan.
So you're immediately like, oh, please don't make me choose.
Yes. I'm very indecisive. So that is also a very big struggle if you were to make me choose. I am a mug connoisseur, some might say.
Wow. So when you were doing the the part for the whole mug conversation, you were like, I don't feel what I'm supposed to be saying here. I actually like mugs. I get this.
Yeah, I'm like, mugs, bro.
You know, actually, that reminds me. I'm apparently just filled with mug stories. Because the complete opposite of my other mug I was talking about, the above average size mug that I never use for drinks. One of my other favorite mugs is I have a collectible mug that came out around the time Portal 2 came out.
Ooh.
and it looks like the like little brown mugs with the old school Aperture logo from when you go down to the Cave Johnson place.
So
but it's tiny. It's somewhere between a mug and a shot glass. It's not enough for a drink.
No.
So it just sits like on my counter in my kitchen. It's just sitting there all the time.
That's cool though. I love Portal. That's awesome. All right, let's see. I need to catch up here. What do we got? Are you gonna give us the arc name, or is that okay? I will divulge the arc name once I start posting about parts being up on Patreon. I will not
Good.
I will not
Don't dig yourself any deeper.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I won't be sharing that today. My favorite mug would be one from a his and hers mug set, if that will exist. Can you make that happen? Oh, you mean like Office AU merch mugs? Maybe. I feel like shipping those would be a nightmare. I have definitely thought about it, but I'm not, at this time I don't have plans for them, but maybe. I don't know. We will see. Okay, so I'd like to ask the voice actors here how you got into voice acting. So, Ty, would you like to go first?
I got into voice acting? Oh, so okay. I got into voice acting because I first wanted to make my own like web series. I used to make machinima back when that was popular. I don't think it is anymore. And essentially I wanted to like write and direct was my thing. And no one wanted to be in my stuff. So I ended up voice acting in my own stuff and doing a really bad job at it to the point where I wanted to get better. And eventually I did get better, and people started asking me to be in their things instead of being in my own things. And then I was like, this is a lot more fun than organizing my own project. And I just stuck with it.
That's really cool. I mean, it's good that you went, like, the opposite direction instead of being like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, no, as soon as I started, like, getting, because I was making machinima, and then other machinima creators asked me to be in theirs, and, like, just, I guess my whole thing is I really like telling stories, is, like, where my whole passion is. So, like, when someone else would, get excited and tell me about, their story, their world they're making, their characters, like, I, get that same, like, excitement to tell their story. And then I just eventually found that my time was just better spent in, helping all of these other creators, kind of like how I never had any help when I started.
That's so cool. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's when because I always tell people I started voice acting in 2010. That was the first time someone else asked me to be in their project. I don't consider the older stuff to be like my start at voice acting. It was as soon as someone else thought I was good enough to cast in their thing. That's my own personal start.
Gotcha. Null, what about you? How did you get into voice acting?
Well, almost 3 years ago, and even before then, I actually was really big on theater in like middle school and high school. So right around when the pandemic just like hit hard, and I was just like, well, pretty much I can't do plays anymore. So it's just like, why not check out voice acting? So yeah, all the way back in 2019, I got my start on CCC, and then just like made a few good friends like Switch and Mika here and Zach. Like, honestly, I can't tell you honestly like what's happened in the past 2 years. It's just all been a blur, just like one good thing. But
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm actually blanking.
I will say, Miraculous Ladybug in general is a big reason of why I'm even still voice acting today. Because because when I started my voice acting stuff, I was still in high school, and then I eventually kind of teetered off a bit. I kind of started going back towards directing because I was trying to go to film school, and I pretty much stopped voice acting for a little while. And I had done like some like comic dub stuff way back when I was first voice acting, and someone who edited and directed like a comic dub that I did is the one that emailed me and was like, "Hey, I'm putting together this project to do like this series of comic dubs for Miraculous Ladybug. Like anyone, this is being sent to all my old voice actor friends. Like if anyone wants to try out, go for it." I had never heard of it before, and I just auditioned to play Adrian on a whim, and then I got it. And because of that, I met all of these other people, like other voice actors that recommended other things for me to try, and like that was the start of all of my networking that I have now.
Yeah.
Was voicing Adrian in Miraculous dubs.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Miraculous. I think that the fans create such incredible content for it, and everyone has kind of like built this big community. I had never been part of a fandom before Miraculous Ladybug, and I don't really know how I fell into it. Like I started doing comics and stuff, and at some point I ended up in like a big Discord, and then it was over for me. Like that was it. I was just like sucked in, and now I can't get out.
That's pretty much the same with me.
Yeah. All right, Mika, how did you get into voice acting?
So, unlike these two over here, I was actually teased a lot when I was younger because I wasn't in theater. I was a band kid. But my voice dropped a couple octaves when I was like around 12 to 13, and I sounded way older than I was. And along with that, I found a very hard connection with anime, specifically Attack on Titan. And I would be so emotional about that anime, and my siblings were like, "What is wrong with you? Like, why are you so attached?" And for me personally, it's just having these characters come alive in such a touching way and inspiring way. That's why I was so emotional about it. And I was like, if somebody can bring such attachment to these characters with only their voice, I feel like that is something that I would want to do. And that's how I got into voice acting.
That's so cool. Yeah, I wasn't in theater either when I was a kid. I was in stage crew and orchestra, and so I feel you on that. That's really cool though, and I definitely agree. Like I know that I do Allegra's voice, but I'll say it a million times. I don't consider myself a voice actor because the stuff that you guys do is so incredible to me, and like I don't know how you do it, but I'm so thankful that you do.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this project was absolutely amazing. Not because no, it was just like on the whim. It's because the same time in which I was offered the role of both Mylene and Julika, I recently became a nanny for like a group of kids, and they all love Miraculous. So day by day, I would sit down and I would watch Miraculous while watching the kids, and like from then on, I would just get attached to the story, and I was like, oh my god. What about Marinette? What about Adrian? Like, what about Felix? So getting this opportunity was absolutely mind-blowing and such a coincidence, especially since I'm also familiar with many of the voice actors. For example, Rose, Kim, obviously Noel over here, and Nino were all my friends. And I was like, oh my god. Oh, and Switch.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm working beside my friends. This is great.
That's so
I'm
cool.
so glad to be here.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad that you all are here. Switch was instrumental in getting like half of the cast on this. I reached out to the people that I was already working with, and he got back to me and was like, here, I'm just going to start throwing people at you. And I was like, okay, throw them all at me. And I think I think I ended up hiring everyone that he suggested. Like, I found roles for everybody. And then there was a point where I was like, okay, I didn't fill every role, so now I'm going to Twitter, and I spent like a whole day just going through people that other people were following. Like, I was going through Switch's profile of who he was following, and then going through and finding voice actors through other voice actors' profiles, and then I ended up finding like Ty and Katie and everybody else who Switch didn't give me like things from. So I am so happy that the voice actor community on Twitter is like so big on having their reels pinned to the top of their profile.
So important.
Oh yeah. And having like voice actor or like the little mic emoji in their like their either their bio.
That's so cute when they do that.
Yeah, it helps me find people. Because I didn't want to do open casting for this part because there were so many roles that I had to fill, and I had found so much luck before with just finding people through my own searches that fit what I needed. And I didn't really have the time to go through like hundreds of applications. I kind of wanted to go at my own pace and find people organically. So that's why I didn't open auditions for it. But yeah, any aspiring voice actors out there from a director's or a producer's standpoint for people who are trying to hire voice actors, make sure you're on Twitter. Make sure you have a video reel, or I guess, a video of your voice acting samples, either linked to on your profile or like the videos on your profile and pinned to the top of your page. Because there have been a lot of people who have come to me and messaged me directly saying, hey, I want to voice for you. And it's like, cool, send me your reel. And they're like, I don't have one. And I can't really hire people if I don't know what they sound like. So that's a really big thing. Having a reel is important.
Having a reel and just having it easily accessible.
Yes.
Basically exactly what you're describing. There's so many people that if they don't immediately see a reel, like, they're not gonna go digging for it.
No. And that's actually what happened. I found several voice actor profiles, and the moment I couldn't find their reel either linked in their description or at the top of their page, I was like, I don't have the time. I have to move on. So it sucks, but like, that's kind of how it works.
When it came to auditioning, or not really auditioning, but so it's being like, hey, something. And I was like, oh my god, great. So what I did is I took samples from my work and I just like made it into this little file. And I was like, I hope this works.
Yeah, even that's fine.
I sent it.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked out perfectly because it doesn't even have to be like, if I don't really know how open casting calls actually work. I assume that you have to send some sort of audio file, like even if it's not in video format.
It varies.
Yeah.
It's either like a lot of times, like there will just be a Twitter post that says, "Hey, reply with your demo reels," and people will take their pinned tweets and just link it in the replies to their casting call, and like that's how they'll decide. Or they'll ask you to like email either a file of your demo reel, or they'll give you lines to read, and then you send them the a couple takes of like 3 lines or something.
Yeah, because Now that I follow a bunch of you voice actors, that's all I see on my feed now. It's just a bunch of casting calls and stuff.
Yeah. As soon as you follow some other voice actors, you are stuck in voice actor Twitter.
Yeah, which is totally cool with me because then I get to go and listen to some reels and be like, oh, I'm gonna follow this person and save them for maybe something in the future. But yeah, I think with certain characters that I had like a few people down for, and I was like, I don't know who would be better at voicing this person compared to this person, because like the reel can show you range, but then getting to a specific type of character sound that you want, that's kind of when I was like, okay, I need you to read a few of these lines that I have from the script so that I can figure out where to place you. So I ended up doing that for a couple of people too. Null, I think I had you do some lines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I believe I did some lines for Nino, just like try out.
Yeah, I think I was trying to figure out where to place you and Zachary, and it was between Nino, Ivan, and Max, and it ended up the way that it did, so it worked out.
I gotta be real with you guys. I don't remember how I ended up here. It feels like I've just always been here, even though my character was just introduced.
Yes.
Like, I think did you just follow me on Twitter and then message me?
Yep.
One day.
Exactly what happened.
I think it's that you followed me, and every time someone follows me, I immediately check to see if they're another voice actor, because I'll always follow back another voice actor.
Right.
Or like if they're like an artist or someone like. I'll follow them back so they can easily DM me if they need to.
Yeah.
And like I saw the Miraculous Office AU, and I just started like I was just watching it, I think, or I had watched it, and then you messaged me later, and I was immediately like, yes, whatever you're asking me about, yes.
Yeah, I remember that because I don't remember how I found you, to be honest. I was definitely deep within the trenches of Twitter.
Yeah, who knows?
Just going through other people's follow lists, and I heard your reel, and I was like, oh my god, this is my Luca. And then I followed you, and to like save it, and I wrote your like @ down on my like in Google Drive or wherever the heck I had my notes and stuff, and I was like, message when you're ready for it. So I was like, and then I had the scripts done, and I was like, okay, it's time. So then that's when I messaged everybody, and when I reached out to you on Twitter, and I was like, yo, Luca.
Yeah. I was probably like, oh yeah, I saw your stuff. Like, I've done a lot of Adrian voices for things. If you ever need an Adrian, and then it was like, well, actually,
he's done this AU, so
yeah.
Thank you, but yeah, that was funny though. Yeah, it all worked out like super smoothly. With the whole thing, so I'm like super thankful that I ended up finding everybody who worked on this. It was awesome. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here because it is 10 p.m. and I am exhausted from everything that happened today.
It's been a big day.
Oh god, yeah.
I get it. I'm so excited for today.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. That's Arc 5. And now I'm going on a few-month vacation. So don't expect anything from me anytime soon.
It's well-deserved, though.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye, everybody.